content creators and content lovers. My name is Nancy Bennett, and I'm with a company called Bit Circus. But before I expound on what I do and what our company does, I want to know a little bit more about all of you. Show of hands, how many of you have had snowball fights with friends? All right, how many of you have gone river rafting with a bunch of friends? How many of you have done both of those things in a 2-hour window in the same afternoon? That's what you can do at Bit Circus. So, Bit Circus, I got there because my path has been 30 years of immersive entertainment at the nexus of technology and storytelling media. I started in music video in the heyday. I got to work with bands like the Beastie Boys, B-52s, worked at Atlantic Records. And in that process, because it was such a new medium, there was a lot of new technology coming live. And technology and storytelling are a really nice combo. We use technology to have emotional engagement. And over the course of time, I did a lot of different fun stuff. I started a tech company at the moment of MPEG, which enables us all to see video and audio online and on web and Wi-Fi. And I started that 20 years ago. It's now got locations in London, Los Angeles, and New York, and we encode for iTunes and also house all of Universal Music's video content and distribute it. And in that process, I also started to do distance learning on all platforms. I went to MTV, designed and launched a network right at the moment of transmedia. And I also launched Rock Band as a senior vice president of marketing creative there. And I made a few TV shows along the way. So I've had a really good time, and I'm still having a great time. And immersive entertainment and technology brought me to these two gentlemen, these two clowns of the circus, Brent Bushnell and Eric Radman. And together, Bit Circus has been making experiences that leverage technology to bring people together to play. An example of that, usually pretty quirky, whimsical use of technology, are these huge trackballs. What we did was we took a mouse, flipped it upside down, scaled it up, turned it into a controller for a game that controls projection mapping of a game that competes together with people. We also built crazy contraptions like this VR 6 Degree of Freedom turret, which allows people to really feel the game and immerse in that world while they're spinning around on the turret. And speaking of VR, I've done quite a bit of it, certainly at Bit Circus, making crazy contraptions. First with Dave & Buster's, making prototypes for them to explore whether they wanted to launch VR for their constituents, but also experiences for the NBA, for NFL, putting 20,000 people through a Super Bowl experience in Phoenix in Super Bowl 49 with haptic floor and pull-down surround sound helmets, IndyCar at 170 miles per hour with a motion seat, triggering 250 people for the first time together watching VR in sync. A lot of fun stuff. And even revisited my music video past most recently in December of last year with T-Pain and Alex Aono on YouTube. So all of these different skills are complementary to my creative counterparts at Bit, and we bring people together to play, elbow to elbow. We want to get you out of that phone and into the technology where it emotionally resonates and builds dreams and memories for you. And what we've done is we decided to take our cool experiences and put them all in one location-based venue. The first one just opened 9 weeks ago in downtown Los Angeles. What is a micro-amusement park? Well, Disney is pretty huge, a lot of acreage. Our micro-amusement park is about 3,600 square meters. So an intimate space, maybe the size of this pavilion. And why did we decide to do that? We decided to do that because everyone wants an experience. Everyone wants to see something that changes the game for them, is fun, is memorable, connects us to new things, new ideas, new visual splendor, and other people. It's also a moment where retail consumer purchases have taken venues out of business and out of spaces, leaving a lot of open anchor tenants in big consumer malls and the like. And so the opportunity to draw traffic to those destinations presents an opportunity for location-based entertainment. The third thing is that location-based entertainment is really missing the moment at the moment. in that one-stop shop for a 20-minute experience where you wait online for a long time, isn't that rewarding for the consumer? So we believe that bringing all kinds of entertainment together into one space is the answer. And how did we do it? We thought about the park as a series of zones. Each zone a kind of microcosm of the 2-Bit Circus brand, with its own palette and finishes and fabrication style, but still part of the bigger brand, speaking to each of the experiences that are possible. There are 10 zones, and I'm going to break them down a little bit for you. The arena is where VR takes place. VR is about 22–25% of what we offer across our Micro-Amusement Park, and it is tethered, untethered, group, motion platform, and things like Birdly and Standalone, where you can fly over New York, fly through Google VR on Earth, and also play Beat Saber. Story rooms. These are escape rooms, but we call them story rooms because we believe that episodic narrative is really critical to the user experience. So story rooms, one example is we have one called Space Squad in space. You work collaboratively with 6 other people to make a spaceship fly and go on a mission, and it's a lot of fun. Our midway games are using verbs just like the midway games of old, where you would throw something at a milk bottle or toss a dart. But in this case, we've used machine learning, AI, tracking, to track color, track interaction, and make the fun of the game. An example, Big Top Balloon Pop, a projection map balloon game where the colors of the balloons are visible. You pick up a colored ball. If the color is red and the balloon is red and you hit it, it disappears. If the ball is yellow and you hit a red balloon, it turns yellow. And it's really fun and you win points. The arcade is a modern arcade of console games, but all interactive for social fun. A 10-person console game called Killer Queen, a 4-person air hockey game, what we call skidoos, which are consoles made of monitors but touchscreen, and they're like skee-ball, but you can play them separately or lock them all together. Club 01 is a real breakout place. This is very uniquely 2-Bit Circus. It's an interactive game show room, a club where you can go in and play as a team, broken into teams, as individuals against one another, and get up on stage and have your own 15 seconds of fun. Whether it's trivia or wine tasting, everything goes in this room. And it also live streams. I think of it kind of like Twitch in a physical way. The game dens are like karaoke cubicles where you can go and do bottle service and individual VR play. But you can also link these rooms together for esports training and tournaments. Metagames. The park is a platform. It's a place where you can go and broadcast things and collect data and come back and forth and between locations. But also, it's a place for the community to put their own content forth for the public in a location-based environment. The metagames are clue-hidden experiences that are based throughout the space. So you'll have to get that short game or long game, or dial the payphone in the bathroom and get a special message, and figure out what that story is and find the hints throughout the park. Our robot bar is basically a Rube Goldberg machine that is a mixologist of its own. Its cycloptic eye ticks back and forth and tracks you and blows you kisses. It's a flirtatious little robot. In the middle of the park is the CAROUSEL bar, an upside-down whimsical interpretation of the carnival tent. And then the BOXCAR cafe, we call it circus-to-table food, with vegan offerings and spins on old carnival food. Again, it's a platform. We see it as a big iPhone. It's an opportunity for the community of content makers to bring their experiences to bear for the public. Immersive, innovative, new technology-driven games and experiences are hard to get out to the world, and location-based draw is a great way to expose them. The APIs in the control system, which is our own software platform, supports the whole park and gathers data along the way. We also do fast prototyping. We have a machine shop with CNC router on the space, the ability to Tormac create a little piece of widget that goes right into gameplay immediately, which is really fun. We've had a lot of media and a lot of social media. Not bad for 9 weeks of being open. And it's jam-packed. And we are expanding, and we're going to open several locations in 2019 and keep going from there. On that note, I'm going to show you a little video with 3 parts to it, slammed together really quickly over these past 9 weeks. We've been pretty busy showing construction, then the opening party, and a little bit of what it's like.
I'm repairing. I need more energy.
That was our dunk tank flambe. So come see us in downtown Los Angeles, 2-Bit Circus, Micro-Amusement Park, and future locations. Thank you very much.